Hi, hello, hello, hello. My name is Dylan, and this is my first video. And today I will be painting a self portrait of myself. And I thought, like my first video, I feel like I should just get like real comfortable, have my little buddy Snorlax right here, just real comfortable right now. I just realized, like, I was just looking through the recordings. You can't even see my mic. It's my little Snorlax, my little buddy right here. Just real comfortable. So, why a self-portrait? You may be asking. So why a self-portrait? I feel like a self-portrait can tell you so much about a person, be it through a drawing, painting, photography, or any type of art form. I feel like you can tell a lot about a person through their eyes, their expression, and along with me just talking about myself, I want you to also get an idea about who I am through the painting as well, if that makes sense. Because I hope that makes sense. Also, I have like notes written down here, so if I'm like glancing, like, let's just ignore it. Just ignore it. So first off, what is this channel? It's called Art by Dylan Alarde. Okay, and that's Alarde, not Allard. Alarde. But what does that actually mean? I feel like it's pretty straightforward actually. And it's also called that because I couldn't think of anything else. If you're someone that's subscribed to me through like my YouTube shorts, probably know that I just make art through my paintings or drawings, and I basically just post like that. I never really wanted to talk about myself, but here I am. Here I am. But along with my paintings and drawings, I want to do a little bit more. I feel like this channel for me is just going to be a complete outlet for anything creative that I come up with. It's still mostly gonna be painting or drawing, but I'm gonna just do whatever I want. I'm gonna just do me. As an artist, I boxed myself into one type of medium, that being like painting or drawing, and it's nice. Like, it's fun. It's my main thing, and it's the best way for me right now to express myself. But I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface of what it means to be an artist. To me, as an artist and as a person, I feel like I'm probably like 2% at where I want to be, which is kind of crazy. For me, I want to be the best possible artist I can possibly be in this one life that I have. And what that means, I'm really not too sure yet. But that's also the fun part, because that's what we're going to find out. So if you're someone like me, who's on this journey to just explore things and find out things about themselves, consider subscribing, please. But if you just want to see some cool ass art, then also consider subscribing, please. Please. So now that's all out of the way, again, my name is Dylan, and I am a 24-year-old guy just trying to figure shit out. Stuff out. So on the art side of things, I've probably been drawing and making stuff basically my whole life. I wish I kept my first pieces of art as a kid, but I was always the type of kid to just throw stuff out once I lost a liking towards it, which is kind of a bad habit that I still kind of do right now. But Anyways, I feel like as a child, I always naturally gravitated to anything creative. I literally remember a story about asking my family members for paper for Christmas. Yeah. Um, and I got really excited when I was given a bunch of printer paper and tape. Yeah. When all you kids were asking for video games and new toys, I was asking for paper. But yeah, I always thought the idea of taking your imagination and turning it into something I can see or feel was like the most fascinating thing ever. And I still think that to this day. I feel like I didn't even really start drawing until I was probably grade 1. I was actually pretty big into Legos first, and I wasn't the type of kid to like display the sets like around my room or anything. I would make this Lego set, and then a week after, I would just tear that shit out, like tear that shit apart, and then turn it into something else. Because like I have no idea why. I just thought like making your own thing was like so much cooler, and most of the time it was like pretty ugly. But I feel like that feeling of making something completely original was so amazing for me, and even to this day, I always strive to make the most original thing. Like, I have to be very authentic and honest with whatever I create. But yeah, basically from Legos, I would then make a lot of paper creations with tape and glue, and then yeah, I literally made like so many paper weapons. I have no idea why. I was into that as a kid. But then yeah, eventually I did end up going into drawing. I would just doodle little things and all that. Excuse me. I would draw like a shit ton of robots and weapons because I was so inspired by a lot of the Lego series like Bionicles, Lego Knights Kingdoms, Lego Star Wars. Also like even on the TV like Power Rangers. That would be the type of stuff I would draw. Like again, I wish I had kept all the old stuff, but it's all in the garbage. Also, I remember my first few drawings that impressed me. I would draw and trace a lot of Pokemon from those those Pokemon books, like the I don't know the those Pokemon handbooks. And honestly, I was not good at drawing. I'm not too sure why people were throwing the word talent around because I was not talented, bro. Dude, like that shit was some chicken scratch. I feel like the reason why I'm at where I'm at right now is because I have just spent an ungodly amount of time drawing and creatively stimulating my mind because I thought it was more entertaining than talking to people. Like when I tell you I have doodled on my homework and notes from kindergarten to end of university, I am telling you absolutely zero lies. I was the most distracted kid in the world, and I still am. I literally failed math, guys. I failed math. Anyways, I think when I was in grade 6, I started drawing more people and things. Like when I mean people, I mean famous people. I remember drawing this picture of Mike Tyson with his tattoo and thinking I was that guy. I was not that guy. I was not that guy. But then eventually, slowly, I did end up stop drawing for a bit, and I just stopped doing art in general. Like it started in probably grade 8, until end of grade 10. I just stopped drawing, and I would still be doodling, but like on my notes and everything, because I was just bored. But I wouldn't be actively trying to get better at my craft. Like, I distinctly remember having conversations with my friends and family, basically saying that being an artist could never be like a real job, and that pretty much killed all the drive I had back then. So then, instead of like doing art during that time, I would just basically just be like hanging out with friends, playing sports, playing video games, and honestly, I don't regret. I don't regret any of it. I made a lot of good memories during that time. Those are some of the best times of my life, just having all that freedom. But I always did feel like something was missing in my life, and it was a creative outlet for sure. It was around grade 11, I just couldn't take it anymore. I had like all these ideas in my head that I just wanted to get out, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't. And then I got inspired by two things. By two things I got inspired by. The fact that there were so many kids my age doing art and doing it at a level I thought was unreachable. And the second thing was a person I still consider to be like the god of art, Kim Jong-gi. Holy crap, that guy was like so amazing to me. RIP, bro. RIP. So after seeing his work and then people like Karl Kopinski, I knew I wanted to start up drawing again. So basically, from zero practice until then, I practiced like every single day on this one sketchbook I had that I found like from grade 7. And honestly, I was pretty shit. It was pretty shit. But grade 11 and 12 were also some of like the happiest times I had with my art, just because I just felt like it's just fun, like learning a new thing. It's fun relearning a new thing and learning new things on top of that. And it's whenever you see yourself getting better and better, it's like the best feeling. And it was actually so cool. I remember in grade 12, I ended up winning the Digital Pictures Award, which was like Photoshop and photography class. And I even had my cover design chosen for the yearbook. So, like, man, I was pretty ecstatic. So, what happened after that? Did I go into art school? Fuck no. Aside from doing art, I actually graduated in 2024 with a double major in criminology and psychology. And before that, before and after graduating, I was working for the government. The government. So why not art school? At the time, I still thought art was mainly just a hobby that I liked doing on the side, and it was just, like I said before, it was just a creative outlet that I needed. And I feel like the biggest reason was because I know in art school, people are going to tell you what to do, and me personally, I absolutely fucking hate when people tell me how to do my art. It's it's the most annoying thing ever. Okay, no, that's not true. If you're good at art and you're like credited to be good at art, then I wouldn't mind taking criticism at all. Like, I don't know if people are the same way. Like,
Yeah.
But like, if I'm not asking for any advice, or like if I'm just not asking you, don't say anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, art school. Uh, I don't regret it at all. Like not going to it. Um, aside from COVID, I fell in love with university life. I feel like, I like the first couple years were a little rough, but I fell in love with working out at the gym, and I met so many people, like lifelong friends, and I got to experience just living out the whole university life, which is pretty awesome. And I was still doing art on the side, and I was still consistently getting better at it. Dude, literally before getting into painting, I used to make just straight anime art. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like that was a whole thing, making anime art, and that was like pretty fun until I realized I was basically just like taking other forms of art and then like putting a little bit of a twist on it, but it was still, I don't know, it didn't feel right for me. And honestly, I'm not like putting down any anime artists, bro. I follow a lot of anime artists and their stuff is so cool. It was just wasn't never for me. And also back to art school, um I actually think art school is really good. But I also think if you're not 100% on board with it, like how I was, you shouldn't do it at all. Because going to art school and just being an artist in general requires so much sacrifice that literally no one else will be able to understand. And for all the art students, I respect you like to the fullest because, dude, like people don't know, people don't get it, right? So, what now? What now? Like I said in the beginning, my top goal in life right now is to become the best artist I can possibly be. I want to be able to explore aspects of art that I find enjoyable. Uh, I think, again, you're mainly just going to see drawing and painting, but I also want to get better at like storytelling, writing, even like video making, filmmaking, all that. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and have like no expectations for this. Like I don't even know how consistent I'm gonna be with this. Uh, like I just don't know what to expect. But that's the fun. That's the fun part of it. You never know. Like this is something I wanted to do probably for 2 years in my head, and honestly, I wish I started sooner. But better late than ever. Better late than ever. I feel like it's kind of funny because like this has always been on my mind to do, and I never knew why I was so scared to do it. But now that I'm like actually like trying it out, it's kind of cool. It's pretty cool. Like I don't really care if it doesn't really like go anywhere, but I'm like I can just tell myself that I tried, you know, which is like it's a pretty good feeling. It's a good feeling. Anyways, here's the final product. I think I also want to make a separate video on my other self portraits because this one is so unserious and so funny compared to other ones I've done. It's like when you look at self portraits, like no one is smiling, so I wanted to smile in this one. It just looks so fucking goofy, but it's funny. I really like this one. But yeah, if you mess with me and want to follow the journey, consider subscribing, please, and liking, please. Also, if you want to see some of my other art or want to buy something, it's all on my website. All the socials are down below. You can see everything that I posted up until now. Yeah? Got anything else to say, man? Good night. Goodbye. I'm just gonna awkwardly stare at the camera until you leave.